Jesse Eisenberg in Batman v Superman? No, no thank you. It's cherry.
Hold up, wait a minute. Something ain't right.
What?
You gonna wash your hands?
No, 'cause I'm evil.
No! God, please, no! No!
Welcome back to Torn Apart, and today we're doing something weird. Some people might even call it suspicious, because this is my birthday celebration video.
Sucking dick and cock. Like, I'm just like, oh my god.
So September 2nd is my birthday, and every single year I try to make something fun that is related to my own person, my personality, my identity, me, exactly. Last year I did a really interesting video that absolutely no one watched, where I ranked some of the weirdest, best / worst Patricks in cinematic history. And this year we're gonna look at bald people. Yeah, because I'm bald, I identify as a bald person. Have you ever noticed that I'm bald? Now you know. We're looking at real people, we're looking at animated characters, we're looking at men, sometimes women as well. We have a lot of people here and a really interesting selection. I think it's approximately like 40 people. I didn't even know there were so many bold people out there. So much good representation, right? And let's start with the categories of today. The first one being like shine bright like a diamond. Do you get it? Shine bright like a diamond, but diamond because it's bold. Yeah, you get it. It's gonna be our masterpiece category. Then we have bolding bold of fun, which is gonna be our good category. Then we have bold P, which is a category that I've used in the past before, but it really fits with mediocrity, so I was like, let's use it again. And then our worst category for today is gonna be Alec Baldwin, because as we know, Alec Baldwin got mixed up with literally killing someone on set. So here we have the controversial Patricks, the bad Patricks, the worst Patricks. And let's start with someone who is interesting, and she's not actually bold in real life, but she was bold for this specific role, and I'm talking about the Ancient One from Doctor Strange, played by Tilda Swinton. There's a lot of things that I like to say about Tilda Swinton playing the Ancient One, mostly because it's whitewashing, of course. I mean, Tilda Swinton is a really good actress, and in the role it worked quite well, but at the end of the day, kind of cringy, because it reminds me of the worst things that we have going on with the MCU. I'm gonna put it into mediocre, into bold P category.
We now return to a Tilda Swinton movie.
Tilda Swinton, huh? You said it.
And talking about the MCU and Secret Invasion, which ended a couple of months ago, we have Samuel L. Jackson. And he's been bold for most of his life, I think, if I'm not mistaken. I've always known him like this anyways. I think he's a bolding ball of fun.
I don't give a fuck about all of that. You fucked up when you shot my bodyguard.
Who? He's not like someone that I look up to just because like he doesn't really play the kind of roles that I identify as a white, like bold person, but I think still he's amazing and he's always been good in every single thing that he played in. And then we have Dwayne Johnson.
Focus!
Here, Dwayne Johnson is kind of like, he represents pretty bold people in general, because he's muscular, he's tattooed, he's funny, he loves being at the center of the attention, he's a movie actor, he's a wrestler, he's done so many different things. He's the best of us, you know, he represents some of the best things about humanity and also about the bold community. I have to put it into shine bright like a diamond. I know that he used to have hair, but that was a really long time ago, so I can forgive him for that, but I'm pretty sure that everyone can agree with the fact that Dwayne Johnson being bold, it's his thing. You cannot take it away from him, you know? And now we have Patrick Stewart. Patrick Stewart used to have hair, of course, a really long time ago, but in the last 20, if not even 30 years, because I think even in Star Trek he was bolding quite a lot, right? We've been perceiving him as a bold person, and of course he played the incredibly very famous character Charles Xavier, who is bold as well, so I tend to associate that with him as well. I'm gonna put it in into Bowling Ball of Fun. Maybe just because like since he played that iconic character, he's kind of almost like transcended the bold persona into god tier level basically.
I will always be there, old friend.
And then we have Jason Statham. Jason Statham has had some hair at the beginning of his career, if I'm not mistaken, kind of like Bruce Willis, who is coming along later on. Jason Statham is quite cool. Like, honestly, like, I don't have that much to say against him, but at the same time, yeah, let's put it into Bowling Ball of Fun. Why not? Okay, we have our first incredibly bad bald person. We have Andrew Tate. Not that much to add. I've seen other videos online. There is one specifically by Jacob Andrew Sharp, who created an entire category of bad bald people called Andrew Tate, just because he represents everything that bald people don't want to be associated with, but that we are associated with, mostly because there's a lot of bald people out there, and most bald people tend to be like conservative or Republican or not feminist at all.
Shut the fuck up.
That are also associated with like toxic masculinity, patriarchy and stuff like that. Andrew Tate embodies all of those. So let's put it in the garbage as fast as possible. And then we've got the main character from Avatar: The Last Airbender. I don't know that much about this character, but he's definitely a really cool character. Plus he's got, you know, the ears, which are really hard to nail and to rock at the end of the day. So I'm definitely gonna put it into Shine Bright Like a Diamond. I'm pretty sure this was one of the first Western good representations of bold people when you look at animation anyways. Then we've got Bruce Willis. You know, Bruce Willis is a god. He's made such incredible movies. Every single time they put a wig on him, he just doesn't work. So immediately I have to put him into a Bowling Ball of Fun, but like really high tier.
Nothing can keep me down. I've been attacked by terrorists, asteroids, film critics, music critics, restaurant critics, divorce lawyers, male pattern baldness, and none of it stopped me because I am still Bruce fucking Willis.
We've got Caillou as well, another animated character. I don't have that much to say about Caillou because I didn't really used to watch his animated series. So let's put it into bold P, high tier bold P, because at the end of the day, it must be quite hard for a child to be bold. And children can be really mean when it comes to bullying and that kind of stuff. So I'm pretty sure he's had a really hard childhood.
Grandma, why the fuck you keep walking around here farting?
I actually sharted.
You fart like that again, we gotta put you in a nursing home.
Oh, stop it.
Then we've got Captain Underpants. I find Captain Underpants quite funny. I feel like it's the same level as Caillou, but maybe a bit better. Let's put it next to him. Then we've got Uncle Fester. This is the one from the Family Addams movies. I really love Christopher Lloyd's portrayal. Of course, him as an actor, he's not really been bold his entire life or something like that, but he really fit the character. And the character of Uncle Fester has been kind of like adapted in a lot of different ways, but this is the best way without a doubt. I'm gonna put it into Shine Bright Like a Diamond because, like, honestly, he's such a cool, like, different version of what it means to be bold.
I'm saying I want you dead and I want your money.
But, don't you love me? Is that a no?
He's kind of silly, but he's also really dark, and he embodies a lot of attributes that we don't really associate that often with bold people. We've got a classic, we've got Mr. Clean.
Sarah? Clean enough?
Honestly, even within work environments, I've been called Mr. Clean. A lot of people use that as a joke, so I'm gonna put it into Alec Baldwin. Honestly, I really hate the Mr. Clean references. I think it's super easy. I know that he has a earpiece like me, of course, but there are so many more interesting other like people that you could pick to make jokes about bald people. So when people make jokes about Mr. Clean, I always find it quite easy, you know? So then we've got Damon Wayans. I know him specifically from the series My Wife and Kids, which I used to watch when I was little. He's always been bold, if I'm not mistaken, and they play quite a lot with the fact that he's bold within the series as well. So while I was growing up, that was a really positive like experience to have when it comes to bold people.
Oh my God.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Go get your sister.
Go get your sister.
Then we've got Blomfeld here from the 007 movies, the original ones, of course. I'm gonna put him into Bold P. And then we've got, funny enough, the parody of Blomfeld, which is Dr. Evil from the Austin Powers movies.
It's no hassle. But all I'm saying, they're gonna get I'm just knock knock. Who's there?
And this is a fun version of a bold evil person. And I have to put it into Shine Bright Like a Diamond, just because this character here, for me anyways, it's more iconic than the original Blomfeld. Then we've got Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. Batista is a really good actor, whether he is bold or not, everything works for him at the end of the day. I might just put him maybe into high tier Bold P, just because there is nothing specific about the fact that he's bold that makes his character stand out.
Hooray! Yay! Hooray for me!
And then we've got Dr. Robotnik, aka Jim Carrey, within this specific cinematic universe. He looks so incredibly silly. I actually didn't know that I wanted to see a bold version of Jim Carrey before watching this movie. This movie made the look really iconic, and it worked just because of Jim Carrey as well. But since it's just a character that we've seen in basically 2 movies, I'm gonna put it into like low tier bowling ball of fun, because it's a good character, but still we haven't seen enough of him, you know? We've got a really good iconic character from the Looney Tunes cartoons. Another good representation, I'm not 100% sure at the end of the day. I'm gonna put him into low tier Bold P, because I think that he's not a very interesting character, even though he's historically relevant, you could say.
Did someone knock? Me. What's up, Doc? Now I got you wabbit.
We've got Kratos. And of course, this is the new version of Kratos, the one from the remake, so God of War. I really love his look.
You were just an animal. Resting on your cruelty and rage, you will never change.
I warned you. You would not listen. The Siberians here. I will do what I must. You must be better than this. You do not know me.
It kind of like reignited the interest that people had with Kratos. This is probably one of the only cosplays that I would love to do as a bold person as well, because I feel like you don't need that much to do it and you immediately look incredibly cool. I'm gonna put it into Shine Bright Like a Diamond. Like, there is no way Kratos is not like among the best bold people out there. Then we've got this weird guy here from Team Fortress 2. I like him mostly because of the meme potential. I think he's really, really funny. And I'm gonna put it into Bowling Ball of Fun because he's memorable. He's got a very memorable face and facial structure. And then we've got another character that maybe you don't even remember that he's bold, from the Cowardly Dog series.
Stupid dog! You made me look bad!
Do you remember? I think his name is Eustace, if I'm not mistaken, and he mostly wears a hat, but he's actually bold underneath it. He kind of represents everything that I talked about before, kind of like the angry, bold, older person, conservative that hates everyone and treats everyone badly. Even though he's a really good character, he's a really bad person. I'm gonna put it into Alec Baldwin. Jesse Eisenberg in Batman v Superman? No, no thank you. Morpheus. Listen, Morpheus is up there. I don't even have to think about it. Morpheus, aka Lawrence Fishburne, who is playing the character. Such incredible representation, such an interesting character as well. So flawed, but also so incredibly inspiring because he's so dedicated to his cause. He has a lot of incredible action sequences, a lot of interesting things about this character. So I have to put him up there, and we don't have to spend that much time on it. We have another version of Uncle Fester here from the most recent Family Addams animated movies.
I tip my hat to you. I do just that. Take it right off of you, but I haven't got a hat. I
He's fine. There is nothing like incredibly bad about him, so I'm gonna put it into bold P, like this animated tier level, basically, where I don't feel attached to this character. Megamind. So Megamind is quite important because we've never had a character like Megamind at the same level of potency, you know? Unless we look at maybe Avatar. Megamind is kind of like someone that everyone can know. If you love Pixar, if you love Disney, Megamind I think needs to go up there, right next to Avatar The Last Airbender, maybe even above it, right? He's got a giant head. He's an incredible giant head, and I love his character arc as well, and I love how he defines himself as well, and he's trying to be like a good person even though he can't.
Did I jump scare you? Yeah, I bet I did. You coward. You make me sick. Your weakness is pathetic.
Okay, next we're talking about Mei Pang, who's not really like a celebrity or an animated character.
Yeah, no shit, Sherlock.
But it's really hard to find women who rock the bold look, unless it's for medical reasons, unless it's for like just a stunt like Karen Gillan did when she was announced, for example, that she's gonna be playing her character within Guardians of the Galaxy. So I had to pick someone, and she rocks the shit out of it with the tattoos and everything. She's like a bit of an influencer. She works as a makeup artist and she's like a tattoo enthusiast, as you can probably see. I'm gonna put her into Bowling Bowl of Fun there, just to give some representation to women who are bold as well.
Oh my gosh! She's bald! She's bald and she's torturing people who have hair!
And then we've got the one and only Michael Jordan. I didn't want to just do, you know, celebrities that are linked to movies like I usually do. Let's talk about some other types of celebrities, and let's talk about Michael Jordan.
Just when you thought it was safe to come outside. Bet you won't score again. I won't score again? How you like that rainbow? We're not done. Excuse me.
Had enough?
There are a lot of controversies surrounding Michael Jordan, but since I'm not American, I don't actually know that much about them. To be honest, I know Michael Jordan mostly because of Space Jam, which is probably sacrilegious when you think about it. I'm gonna put him into bold P. We've got Michael Rosenbaum, aka Lex Luthor from the series Smallville. This was one of the very first impacts that I did with looking at bold people who were cool, and Michael Rosenbaum is not actually bold in real life. I'm not even sure if he was wearing a bold cap or if he shaved his head for the role, but he was playing this character for a really long time. So much dedication. For me, anyways, from a very subjective point of view, is up there. Shine bright like a diamond, my friend. You're amazing and you deserve a lot of respect. Then we've got Moby. Do you know Moby?
Moby, Michael Stipe, Michael Chiklis, Moby, Johnny Malkovich, Bruce Willis.
I mean, when you look at the animation style of his music videos, you can really tell that the fact that he's bold is a big part of his personality, of the way that he expresses himself as well. He kind of represents a different style of bold people. He kind of represents hipster bolds, wearing the little glasses, being a little bit weird and indie and artistic. I like him at the end of the day, so I'm gonna put it into Bowling Bowl of Fun. And then we've got this character here who comes from an animated series that I used to watch when I was little, and I think the Italian title was Comando Nuovi Diavoli. And in English I will put it on screen because I completely forgot, and it's completely different from the Italian title. As I said before, incredibly rare to have children representation within animated series or whatever when they are bold, and he was a really cool character because he's a bit of a spy. So I'm gonna put him above like Captain Underpants, and maybe even above Drax, maybe even above Michael Jordan. Yeah, let's put him above Michael Jordan. Let's be crazy.
Stop it. Get some help.
Do you know this guy? We're talking about One Punch Man. I haven't seen the series actually, so I can only judge him from the memes, from the trailers, and from his skill power as well. He's kind of like a Mr. Clean kind of bold person where he looks almost too perfect, you know, to be alive. But just because of the incredible power that One Punch Man has, I will have to put it into Bowling Ball of Fun high tier as well. Then we've got Pitbull. Pitbull is the type of bold person that I've already talked about. I like his music sometimes, depending of the like social atmosphere, context, I don't know. And I don't know that much about him and his private life, but just for the kind of energy that he's throwing at us, I will say he's a kind of Alec Baldwin personality.
Being by that boom, Mr. Worldwide, when I step up in the room, Daddy, and today I want to ask you, damn girl, is you from the ghetto? Cause I'm trying to get a piece of that culo. Ha, dale, esa jevita tiene tremendo.
You've got one of the seven dwarves here whose name even I don't remember, and he's wearing like the hat most of the time, so that's why we don't realize that he's bold, but he is bold in fact. Not a huge fan of this one. I'm not a huge fan of the seven dwarves. I'm gonna put him into like honestly, yeah, Alec Baldwin. I just don't like the seven dwarves, and I don't care whether one of them or even all of them are bold at the end of the day. Then here we have Master Roshi from Dragon Ball. Really cool character, so incredibly buff, so incredibly funny. If he wasn't so incredibly sexist as well, I think I would put him up there like with my favorite like bold people ever. But just because of like how weird it is for such an old guy to be in love with so many young women, maybe I will put him into like Bowling Ball of Fun at the same level as like Robotnik, because he's a cool different type of bold person, especially because he's old as well. But there are so many weird things going on with him that I can't put him higher than that. It's just impossible.
When I hit something soft instead of the wall, it was you! I don't know how I can repay you. I could have cracked my head open, but this is so soft and nice. Thank you so much. No! Let go! I'm sorry, I can't help it!
Here we've got a funny version. It's a meme, of course, and it's Squidward and it's Chad Squidward. I love this meme. This can be used in so many different ways. I think I have to put it into Shine Bright Like a Diamond almost automatically because it's incredible. It's just a really cool and funny meme. We've got Stanley Tucci. I'm not sure whether Stanley Tucci has actually had any hair for his entire life. Every single time they put hair on him, it just looks weird. So for me, like Stanley Tucci, he's bold and he's a really good actor. Like I don't want to put him too high, but he's definitely a bowling ball of fun, without a doubt.
It might fit. It might. Okay, now Chanel, you're in desperate need of Chanel. Darling, shall we? We have to get to the beauty department, and God knows how long that's going to take.
I'm seeing like a lot of sunglasses and glasses going on. Maybe bald people have eyesight problems. That could be a thing. Of course, we've got another Dragon Ball character. This is high tier. Of course, this is Shine Bright Like a Diamond. He's such a good character, there's nothing weird and controversial about him. I have to put him quite high. Maybe not as high as these full ones, just because these are iconic ones for me personally as well. We've got Agent 47 from Hitman, and specifically from the movie where he's being played by Timothy Olyphant. Really good performance, interesting actor, and he's probably one of the only spies slash special agents who is bold in every single thing that you see, and they always play on that when it comes to the marketing as well. This character is literally made by the fact that he is bold. You cannot take it away from him. So we'll put it into Bowling Ball of Fun as well. We have a lot of fun bold characters, right? We have a lot of interesting and good representation. Then we've got the one and only Vin Diesel.
Paul, what the f*** are you doing, man? Dog, what are you doing? I'm Vin Diesel. Paul, look, if he see you like this, dog, he's gonna flip out, dog. You're doing too much right now. Diesel time. Diesel time!
Listen, if you ask me this question, Vin Diesel, a couple of years ago, before he made so many Fast and Furious movies, before he started like arguing with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, before basically he showed that he's a huge egotistic white man, basically, I would have put him up there into Shine Bright Like a Diamond. But as he is, I think Vin Diesel kind of represents most of the bad traits about being bold. So I will put it into, I'm really sorry, but Alec Baldwin. Definitely high tier Alec Baldwin because he's not as shitty as the other ones, and even though he's quite iconic, and if you ask people like name 3 bold people, they will literally tell you Bruce Willis, Dwayne Johnson and Vin Diesel. We have to take into account like everything else, the context, you know. Okay, this is the last one already. Wow, we've made quite an impressive list, and we've got Voldemort. Can you imagine Voldemort with hair? It must be so incredibly weird, and we can't basically recognize Ralph Fiennes behind the makeup and behind all of this thing going on around Voldemort. I think up there into Shine Bright Like a Diamond. I think it's iconic, but at the same time it's so threatening, and it's one of those people that you can very easily cosplay as well, and you can feel really cool very quickly. But this is basically my list. These are all the nice and fun bold people that I wanted to rank with you. If you like this video, don't click away, because if you click here at the bottom you'll find other thumbnails from videos that you might enjoy around the same theme that is going on here. And if you go up there, you will also see the video that is coming out next week. So if you like what you saw here, come back next week and you'll get approximately the same thing, probably a completely different topic though, okay? Don't forget to smash that like button, because every single like that you drop will go to all the bold people out there.
Can I count on you?
Give them some support, because there are a lot of fun and lovable bold people. We're not all that bad. I'm Patrick, and this is Torn Apart.
Back in the 90s, I was in a very famous TV show.
And now, the funniest thing you've ever seen.
Da